Hello guys, my name is Jab Skywalker, but you can call me Jabs. Right now in this video, we are going to talk about the game that really fucked up, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. I'm sure you've all heard of the biggest issues this game is giving people on the older consoles, not the new ones, but the older ones, Xbox One and PS4, as opposed to PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. So let's just get into. I'm just gonna read you the statement they put out today and give you my direct opinion on what they're saying because they really screwed up, and it's a shame because this game had so much potential. I played it. I bought it on release. It was fun, but it was not without its issues, and it's still not. Um, I'm not even sure. When I play this game, I'm just gonna be thinking about this statement the whole time, and it's going to irritate me and probably get me frustrated with them more as I play the game. I'm still gonna play it once they release patches and stuff. But anyway, let's just get to the statement they released on Twitter today. They say, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing a game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Yes, you should have. And here's the biggest problem with this, guys. This game was delayed 3 times. 3 times. And it was supposed to come out last spring. Now, the consoles that we have now, the newest ones, weren't even supposed to be released until this year. They had release dates for this year set in stone already a year ago. So 3 years ago, that's even worse because this game was supposed to release on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 along with the PC. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if they wanted to make this game underperform originally on those consoles and make it more of a PC game, or if they really screwed up and while they were delaying it, they added some adjustments, they changed some things, and they focused too much on the newer generation consoles, Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5, as opposed to the consoles now. So it's nice that they're apologizing, but they they delayed it 3 times, and it was supposed to come out last spring, and those consoles aren't even out yet. At the time, the new generation consoles would have been out. We would have had the same consoles that we have now. So this is such a backhanded apology. This is just they had three. I know the pandemic set things back for them, and that's why they couldn't release when they wanted to. But they were originally making this game for the consoles we have now. The consoles before the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So Xbox One, PlayStation 4, they were making a game for that console. And the fact that they said we should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, does that mean they, tested it for a bit and then said, no, screw it, we're just going to focus on PC for the primarily for this time that we have to develop the game originally, or was that after things got set back due to the pandemic? Because I can kind of understand wanting to get it out on the newer consoles, but not ignoring the older consoles. But you're trying to increase the hardware potential and stuff like that. But the fact that it was delayed just doesn't give them an excuse. It doesn't. It was supposed to release on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 originally. So that's not an excuse. Let's go to the second paragraph here. It says, second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. That's embarrassing. The game just came out. It was delayed 3 times, and you have to send out a patch that fixes bugs and crashes within not even the first week of the game release. The game hasn't even been out a week, and we're already getting patches for bugs and crashes. That is very embarrassing for CD Projekt Red. Expect more as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches starting with patch number 1 in January. That's they shouldn't have to do that, and people have to wait an entire month to have the game playable for them after it was just released. It's just bad. This will be followed by patch 2 in February, so they have to have 2 big patches. And the thing is, I feel like the game was going to be delayed a 4th time, but they said they rushed it out and they were like, no, we need to get it out right when these new consoles. I bet you it was a money thing. There's no way this wasn't a money thing. They knew going in that it didn't work well on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, although it should have been released on those consoles originally. They paused production for a bit, and obviously the pandemic is a factor here. I'm not ignoring that, but they paused production for a bit just so they can release it closer to when consoles are released. That's what I think they did. I think the game probably should have been released in February of next year, but they were like, no, we can't delay this a 4th time. People will be upset, which people were upset the 3rd time, but they still bought it. A lot of people bought the game. You could tell by the hype. So this game probably should have been released later, and it would have been they would have been better off if they just waited a couple months instead of trying to get it out near when the new consoles came out. That's what they were really trying to do. So together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. So you're telling me originally they knew the game looked like shit, and they're saying, you know what, it's not going to look like the latest gen or the PC, but hey, it's something. Excuse me, I just burped. That's just not a good excuse. And honestly, this is ridiculous. The fact that they have to put out a whole statement is so embarrassing for them. Anyway, finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. Yeah, it's a $60 game. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. That's just, again, in the line of the most embarrassing things probably for gaming development, to tell people it's okay if you refund. We understand. Like, that's so bad. I mean, I like that they're willing to give people back their money. That's nice of them. That's really nice. I like that they're acknowledging their fuck up in this. But the fuck up is not warranted for the amount of time they had to think about this and develop this. Anyway, for copies purchased digitally, please use a refund system of PSN or Xbox respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us, yada, yada, yada. Humbly, all these people. I don't know. Guys, this, I had so much hope for this game, and I know it's going to be good after all the patches. The thing is, they shouldn't have to patch all of this in the first place, and that's going to hurt their player base. It is. I paid $60 for the game. I'm not going to refund it. I want to play the Cyberpunk that everyone else is playing. And it's sad that they think everyone can afford a really nice high-end PC or new-gen console because, first of all, the new generation consoles are mainly sold out. It's very rare someone's going to have that console right now. So it's like the people who jumped on pre-ordering and stuff, they have the money. They have the money to do this. And people who have high-end PCs, they have the money to buy or build a high-end PC. So this is all just a money gamble, and I don't like how they're disrespecting those who have an older generation console or simply can't afford a really nice high-end spec PC. Not everyone has that. Yeah, so they screwed up here. They acknowledged it, but it's not going to help them in the long run. I really don't think it is. Going forward, too, people are always going to remember this if they develop games in the future. Now, this is what IGN did. So, IGN reviewed the game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and I believe they gave it a 4. Let me see. The game did not have a good score. That rhymes. The game did not have a good score. And obviously they played it on this, and they say it's unrecognizable compared to the PC version. You can read the whole review. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but this is embarrassing. Now the game didn't really look like this for me. I'm going to be straight up. The game, it doesn't look like um, a PlayStation 1 game. But I can tell that the graphics were just they were just so different. It was like I was like trying to remind myself that I was on my Xbox One, because Xbox One still has pretty good graphics, so it shouldn't look like this. So there's no excuse for that. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on Cyberpunk and the status of the game right now. Seriously, are you upset? Are you gonna forgive them? Are you gonna refund? Just let me know. I know there are thousands of videos, but by the chance you come across mine, I really just want to have a conversation with you guys about this situation in the game. I had high hopes, and I still do. I'm just always going to be thinking about this. So let me know if you're on the same page as me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope the best of your todays are the worst of your tomorrows. Have a good night.